real good learning curve for when we go out and work in the real world in journalism.
Some of the stories that we've done are stories that national newspapers have covered and local newspapers, so we're producing good quality work even for what people might think is a student website.
I think working with a team is good because I think that's essential if you're going to go and work in a newsroom. Some of the best coverage that we've produced has been when we've worked together, as opposed to doing stuff, on your own.
It makes you push yourself because if your story's on the website, then you always want to do better and better yourself.
Become more confident working on the website, looked at different kinds of stories, got to explore the city more.
Having JMU Journalism there as an outlet for coursework and not just seeing it in the coursework newspaper, it's been really good to see it online and see my name up there.
The website has not only developed my skills as a journalist, it has put me out on my new contacts, which has led to job opportunities.
I have learned a lot. I've learned how to write news fast and deliver them.
It's been really interesting to experience what it's like to work for a real website.
Just being in the team as well, we've made such good friends.
Me and Jess weren't that close before JMU Journalism, and now she's one of my closest friends.
But I think the best thing for me has been learning about the editorial process. I think that's been excellent because often you'd maybe have a story, but when you discuss it, you can then maybe develop the story, look at new angles and ways that you can improve your coverage.
My highlight was having my work recognised by national newspapers. I interviewed Wayne Rooney, so the story went worldwide and it was in India and Asia, and it was printed on the Daily Mail, and it was just unbelievable to feel like the work that I'd done was good enough to appear on the website for actual news organisations.
For me, it was covering the public sector strike. You got to work as part of a team and you got to be a part of being a proper journalist, if that makes sense. We went to a press conference the day before and we were there when the strike happened, seeing all these 1,000 people striking in Liverpool. It was really good, and I got to see the full story at the end. It was really good.
I think it's working on the website and being part of the team, having a post, being international editor. That was quite nice because then you feel like you have a responsibility and it puts you out there for people to employ you. And you get to meet lots of people, we saw Richard Branson at the Global Entrepreneurship Congress, and we go to council meetings and...
Yeah, you learn about yourself, you get out of the comfort zone, you need to push yourself to get the good stories. And
probably the Carling Cup final was my highlight because I was able to combine football with work, and it was a good experience to sort of be able to work on something that's so big and global and relevant.
One of the aspects for myself this year has been my ability to pitch ideas. Before this year I never thought about it, and that way I thought if you have a good idea, that's a good idea, but you actually have to sell it.
For me, I got to interview Paul Barber, who was on the film Monty. He was in Only Fools and Horses, and I thought interviewing somebody like that, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And then going there and actually doing it and meeting him and seeing how nice of a person he was, and then seeing the story on the internet with somebody that everybody recognises, and being able to ring home and say, look, on the internet I've interviewed Paul Barber, that my parents knew and my family knew who he was. It was a really good experience, something I really, really enjoyed.
I did a story with Alex Curran at the start of the website, and I was really pleased when I got it because it was something I'd hoped for that would happen. And it was really interesting from my perspective to interview her because I'm interested in a lot of things that she had to say and things, so that was probably my highlight.
definitely get involved. I would definitely get involved with JMU. I did it for first and second year, and then when the opportunity came in third year, I thought it was too good to miss really then.
Yeah, I agree with that, because it is really good. It improves your confidence as a journalist as well, because it's more part of a real thing. You work in a team and everything, so it builds your confidence up as well, so definitely go for it.
I think a good thing about working on the website and to encourage people is to, at the end of university, you have this on your CV, so when I leave and apply for a job, I'll have a portfolio of stories and say I've completed this.
I'd probably say think of your stories, what's coming up in the next couple of months and weeks, and really start making your contacts, speak to them, so it's ready for when the time frame fits, when you can publish it on the website. I think that's the main thing, to really be prepared in advance.
Biggest piece of advice would be to engage with the course. I think that's, for me, the most important thing. If you do engage, you start developing an instinct as a journalist, and you start realising that you're surrounded by stories.
I'd probably advise to sort of think big and don't be afraid to tackle the big stories, and if you think the website's not big enough to be able to do it, then you're wrong, because you should just go for it.